Let's get more on the potential for a breakthrough at the Geneva talks. I'm joined by Ivan Eland, who is from the Center on Peace and Liberty and also an expert on international relations. Welcome back to the show. You know, a lot of smiles in Geneva at the moment. Iran seems very eager to get something done, make its case, even speaking English during these talks. Do you think it'll be difficult for the P5+1 to come to some sort of consensus as long as Iran does and says all the right things?
Well, I think there's also been negotiations between the U.S. and Iran face-to-face, and I think that's where the agreement will probably be hammered out, because the U.S. is sort of the most hard line against Iran because of the Israel factor. Israel's an ally and has great sway in the U.S. Congress, and therefore, the Congress would have to buy in on that, the way our U.S. system works here. So I think the U.S. will probably negotiate the agreement and then have the other countries, see if they like it or not.
But any issues, though, do you see anything that could prevent some sort of consensus? Because you still have China and Russia and a couple of the other countries. Do you think there was enough groundwork leading up to these meetings, especially, with the UN General Assembly meeting just a few weeks ago?
Well, probably not, because it's happened so fast. But that doesn't mean it can't. It's very complicated, and it's going to take a while to get this all through, through the motions here. But I think there is an opportunity. I think we have to take it and I think there's some, you can sort of see the positions. There's some room for compromise, and I think Iran may actually want a deal, and I think the U.S. may want a deal also. So both, it's not just atmospheric, because I think the interests, Iran would like to get rid of the sanctions, and of course the United States would like to get Iran's program, make sure it's peaceful, and get some inspectors to verify and that sort of thing, get even more information about the program.
You mentioned the sanctions. This all kind of goes back to those sanctions several months ago with the oil and such. Do you really think that those sanctions could go away as quickly as what they were saying?
Well, the problem that you have here is that these are things that are not taken off. You don't just get rid of a nuclear program. There's a lot of big facilities, and you don't just get rid of a regime of sanctions like that, because the financial sanctions go all over the world with banks, and a lot of the international banks and financial organizations are afraid of the U.S. Treasury sanctioning them in extraterritorial sanctions. So I think it is very difficult, and you have to stage this because both sides are very suspicious of each other. So it has a lot of moving parts, and it has to, you have to go down the road. Now, Iran says it wants to see where they're going, and I think that's actually probably a good idea. I think the U.S. should want to do that too, so that both sides know where they're going and what steps they have to lay out, so that there's confidence building that these are the sanctions are eased up, and the nuclear program, whatever they decide on that, gets implemented at the same time.
All right, Ivan Eland, as always, we appreciate your time. Thanks for joining us here on the show.
Thank you.